Hey everyone, welcome back to Break Take Stacking. In today's video, I want to talk a little bit about silver premiums. I did a video a couple of days ago that was focusing on silver spot price, and it had a poll that accompanied it, and I asked what was more likely for silver spot price in the near future, $15 spot price or $30 spot price. And at the time, the spot price was at $22. And the poll result, when I made the video, was at 50-50. It was a dead, half the people thought it was going to 15, and then obviously the other half thought it was going to stop the downward trend and then go up towards 30. And for a lot of the people that wanted it to go up, it made sense because they were looking to sell. These were a lot of people that had been stacking for quite a long time. Their dollar cost average was, in the low teens. They had picked up a lot of their silver, at a very good price. So it does make sense for a lot of people in that situation to want silver to shoot to the moon, so that, they can continue to add on to the value of their stack. So for people that are in that boat, they are not really too concerned with what's been going on with the spot price, because for a lot of them, they're not buying as much silver as some other people that are just getting into it. Like I said, they're mainly wanting silver spot price to go up so they can sell. And since they've already made up whatever premiums they had on their stack, when it comes time to sell, anything that they're getting that's above spot price is just going to be a bonus for them, because let's just say they bought everything and their dollar cost average is $14 and then it goes to $30. They're not going to be concerned about another, if they're only getting $2 above spot or other than $3, it's not going to be a deal breaker for them, because they've already, more than made up whatever premiums they had at the time of the purchase. So the higher premiums are a problem for people like me, newer stackers, people that are just getting into it, that haven't been picking up silver for a while. And obviously for me, my entire stacking journey has taken place during the high premium era. So my dollar cost average isn't the greatest. So I would like to see these premiums go down, because I am still in a buying mode, in accumulation mode. So the two things are a little inverse for me. I wouldn't mind seeing silver go down to $15, whereas the other people that are looking to sell would obviously like it to go up to 30. And I have a real interest. I really want the premiums to start going down, whereas some of the other people really don't care too much, because it's not something that is affecting their bottom line as much as newer stackers. So yes, what I want to do now is I'm going to jump onto the computer and I'm going to show you this article that's talking about premiums on precious metals, and why the likely scenario is that they're probably going to start creeping back up. But yeah, I'm going to jump on the computer and show you that now. Okay, so this is the article here. It's on moneymetals.com, and the title is "Strong Demand Pushing Bullion Premiums Higher Again." And getting into it here, it says, "The best time to buy gold and silver was before the world began to slide into insanity. The second best time to buy metals would be now." It says, "Many long-time bullion investors have held off, expecting prices would fall. Premiums did come down significantly over the summer, as did silver prices in particular. However, premiums never fully normalized, and they are now once again on the rise. Anyone waiting for lower premiums is waiting for the drivers behind strong demand to shift. That might be a while." And then continuing, it says, to expect lower premiums from here requires faith in the following relatively far-fetched scenarios. It says, "The spike in inflation is transitory after all." So yes, I don't see that being the case, that inflation was transitory after all. I don't see that being something that's going to happen. Same with number 2, central bankers will decide it's time for stimulus-addicted economies and debt-addicted governments to go cold turkey. That doesn't seem like it's in the cards either. And the third one here, it seems like it would be a bigger issue in some other countries, up in Canada and the US. Like I said, we've been, going slowly, but compared to the rest of the world, it has been a lot quicker than some other places. But politicians will give up on lockdowns and mandates, so that might be something that is dragged out quite a bit longer in some areas, and that could be a big problem if it's a particular silver producing country or gold producing country, whatever it is. Supply chain disruptions will soon be resolved. Again, same with the third thing there. I don't think with everything that's going on globally, worldwide, that we're not back to normal with all of these things, and the supply chain suffers with that. If one sector of the supply chain isn't up to 100% efficiency compared to another one, then there's going to be slowdowns and disruptions, and that's going to take a while to resolve. And everyone here, unemployed people who have grown dependent on government transfer payments will return to work. So that's another topic that's been going on, that people have come accustomed to getting those stimulus checks, and they seem to be happier getting the money that way than going back to their some of the lower paying jobs that they did not enjoy going to. They didn't enjoy the work they were going to, and if they are happier and making, if not more or right around the same as they were, and being miserable, then it's going to be hard to get some of those people back to the jobs that are making them miserable. I don't blame that on the unemployed people, like a lot of the news media likes to portray them as just being lazy. It's one of those things where if the job they were going back to was actually paying them a decent wage, then it would be more incentive for them to get back to work. It's kind of sad that the unemployment and the stimulus checks that they are getting is better than the full-time jobs that they had before. So I can understand why their reluctancy to go back to such a bad situation. But yeah, obviously there are some people there that are just trying to game the system, and not everybody's just this lazy bum that doesn't want to go back to work, like some of the mainstream news media like to portray them. Crooked bullion bankers will cease efforts which keep gold and silver prices artificially low, thereby encouraging buyers and discouraging sellers. So if you're hoping for the end of manipulation in any of the precious metals markets, or any of the markets for that matter, then don't hold your breath. Until much of the above becomes true, the economic and political environment will continue driving waves of new buyers into retail markets, and investors looking to sell metal will remain few and far between. So I agree with that. It's not giving a bold prediction, saying the premiums are going to go up 200% by Christmas or anything like that. They're just giving concrete examples of what needs to happen to, maybe get back to normal premiums, and the likelihood of those things happening does not seem to be the case. So best case scenarios, we're stuck with premiums the way they are, and worse is we're going to see them, increase. The current lack of selling isn't the only constraint on supply. Producers, miners, refiners, and mints are also sensitive to challenges including inflation in fuel prices, supply chain disruptions for equipment and parts, labor shortages, and lockdowns. If the bullion markets are an indication, investors are betting heavily against a quick resolution to the problems above. Meanwhile, there is no resolution in sight to the country's burgeoning debt problem other than the Federal Reserve currency creation. So that's the main part of this article, or at least the part of this article that I want to talk about. There is a little bit more left. I will leave a link in the description if you want to read through it, or if you just want to pause here and read the rest while it's on screen here. But yes, I mainly wanted to talk about these examples here that they were talking about. So yes, that is the article that I wanted to show you there. I thought it was pretty good. They did a good job talking about their argument and giving some examples that would need to happen, or some things that would need to resolve themselves in order for silver premiums to go down to what is quote unquote normal. I don't even know what that would be anymore. But yeah, it was clear what their position was. They do think that the premiums are going to creep up, but they went about it in a way that I like. They didn't give any big bold predictions about 300-400% increase in premiums, and you got to watch out for this, blah blah blah. They didn't do any of that clickbaity stuff. They just made a good, clear, concise argument, and it made sense. Unfortunately for me, because I am still in buying mode, accumulation mode, I would love to see some of well, for one, the spot price. I have seen some people in my comments talking about a lot of their stack they bought in the 90s and early 2000s. And just seeing the number on some of the spot prices is crazy. And then hearing just the very minimal amount of premium tacked on top. That's just the cherry on top of a sundae that I wish I ate. because yes, I got in a little bit late. Well, not a little bit late, very late into the stacking game. I am glad that I got into it. I don't regret it at all. It is one of the best decisions I've made. But the only thing that I regret is not getting into it earlier. But let me know in the comments what you guys think. I love hearing from you. The feedback on the where is silver spot price going was great. As I said with the poll, it was 50-50 on whether you thought it was going to go to 15 or 30. So I'm sure it's probably going to be a split like that here. So I'm not sure what the feedback is going to be on this one. I don't think that there's going to be people that are in favor of it going up. But I do think that there might be some people that are indifferent to it going up because they're not necessarily looking to buy, they're looking to sell, and they really only care about what spot price is doing, because the high premiums are really just affecting a lot of people on the front end, a lot of the people that are buying stuff. It's true if premiums are higher when you go to sell, then you might be getting a dollar, maybe $1.50, $2 on top of what you would normally be getting above spot, just because the dealers can go ahead and sell it for that $10 above spot, whatever it is. So if you're a valued customer to them, you might be getting a little bit better of a as I said, a little bit better of a return on your selling than just some Joe Schmo coming in there for a one-off selling a bunch of silver. But then again, there are people like me who are actively stacking and would like to see those premiums go down. So that's what I think the response will be, is that, obviously not too many people saying have those premiums go up to the moon, but I do expect there to be some people with an indifferent attitude to them, and some people that are in my boat where they're hoping for the premiums to just, drop significantly. But anyways, I've rambled on for long enough today. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you come back for the next one. Thank you.